The airplane engines roared as Anna Whitmore stood frozen in Terminal C of San Francisco International. Her phone pressed against her ear, listening to her husband whisper, "I love you," to another woman. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was when John laughed, that deep, familiar laugh she'd heard 1,000 mornings over coffee, and said, "Anna signed everything." The idiot actually thinks those expense reports are legitimate. By Thursday, we'll have cleared $4 million, and she'll be the one in handcuffs. Blood drained from her face. People rushed past with luggage. Someone bumped her shoulder. She didn't move, because the man she'd loved for 8 years, the man she'd given up her career for, the man who kissed her forehead every single night before bed, that man had just destroyed her entire life in a 43-second voice memo he'd accidentally sent to her phone instead of his mistress's. But here's the real question. Have you ever trusted someone so completely that you'd sign anything they put in front of you? Have you ever loved someone so much that you ignored every single red flag waving right in your face? Before we dive into how Anna went from successful corporate lawyer to wanted criminal in less than 72 hours, smash that like button if you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted completely. And subscribe, because this story has more twists than a California highway, and you're not going to believe what happens when she finally stops running and starts fighting back. 3 hours earlier, Anna had been sitting in her silver Tesla outside Hawthorne and Associates in downtown San Francisco, fixing her lipstick in the rear-view mirror. She was late for the quarterly partnership meeting, the meeting where they'd announce her promotion to senior partner. 8 years of 80-hour weeks, of sacrificing weekends, of saying no to having kids because John needed her support while he built his tech startup. Her phone buzzed. One voice memo from John. She smiled. He always sent her little messages throughout the day. "Thinking of you. Can't wait to see you tonight. You're my everything." She pressed play, expecting sweetness. "Lisa, baby. I'm counting down the hours until Thursday." Anna's finger froze over the screen. Everything's perfect. Anna signed the last batch of transfer authorizations this morning. She didn't even read them, just smiled at me like the trusting little puppy she is, and scribbled her name on every page. The voice, his voice, continued, drowning out the sound of her heartbeat. "Mark's moving the funds through the Luxembourg accounts tonight. By Thursday afternoon, we'll be in Zurich with $4.2 million, and the FBI will be knocking on Anna's door instead of ours. Her signature's on everything. Her access codes open every door. She built a case against herself, and she doesn't even know it." Then came the laughter. That warm, beautiful laugh she loved, followed by a woman's voice, young, breathy, excited. "You're brilliant, baby. And when this is over," John said, his voice dropping to that intimate tone he used to use with her, "we'll be sipping wine in Geneva while Anna tries to explain to a federal judge why she embezzled millions from her own firm. The beauty is, she actually did approve those transfers. Legally, technically, it's all her. She just had no idea what she was approving." The memo ended. Anna sat there, hands shaking, lipstick forgotten, staring at her phone like it had transformed into a snake. She replayed it again, every word carved deeper. Thursday, that was 3 days away. Lisa, that was their neighbor. The woman who borrowed sugar. The woman who came to their barbecues. Mark, that was Mark Castellano, John's best friend since college. CFO of John's company, godfather to Anna's nephew. Her mind raced backward through the last 6 months. Those business dinners John attended 3 nights a week. Those expense reports he'd asked her to review as a favor because she was a lawyer in the family. Those documents she'd signed while cooking dinner, trusting him completely. "You're my rock," he'd said just last Tuesday, kissing her neck while she initialed page after page. "I couldn't do any of this without you." She'd signed. She'd smiled. She believed every word. Her phone buzzed again. Text from John. Meeting running late. "Don't wait up. Love you." Something cold flooded through her chest. Something that felt like drowning and burning simultaneously. She started the car. Anna drove home to their Pacific Heights townhouse in complete silence. No music. No thoughts. Just the sound of tires on pavement. And the voice memo playing on repeat in her head. The trusting little puppy. She'd given up her partnership track at Morrison and Graves, the top corporate law firm in California, to support John's startup. She worked freelance cases to pay their mortgage while he built his dream. She defended him to her parents when they said he was using her. The garage door opened. His black Porsche sat there, gleaming under the fluorescent lights. She walked through the kitchen, past the marble countertop she'd picked out, past the wine rack filled with bottles they'd planned to open on special occasions, past the calendar on the fridge where she'd drawn a heart around their upcoming anniversary. He was in the living room, laptop open, completely relaxed. "Hey, babe." He looked up with that $1,000,000 smile. "You're home early. How was the meeting?" Anna stood there, phone in hand, studying him. He looked the same. Same thick dark hair. Same strong jaw. Same green eyes that convinced her, 8 years ago, that she'd found her forever. How had she never seen it? The performance. The calculation behind every smile. "I got an interesting voice memo today," she said quietly. Something flickered across his face, so fast she almost missed it. "Oh yeah." He closed his laptop. "From who?" "You." The room went still. John's expression didn't change, but his fingers tensed on the laptop edge. "What are you talking about?" She played it. 43 seconds that ended her marriage, her career, her entire life as she knew it. When it finished, John sat there for 3 full seconds. Then he laughed. That same laugh from the recording. "Anna, come on. That's obviously edited. Someone's messing with you. It's your voice. AI can fake anything now." He stood up, walking toward her with his hands out. "Baby, think about it. Why would I send you a voice memo confessing to a crime? It's clearly someone trying to mess with us. Probably someone from your firm who's jealous about your promotion. It's not edited, John." "How do you know?" His voice shifted, harder now, colder. "Did you have it analyzed by a forensic expert in the last 3 hours? Or are you just so ready to believe I betray you that you'll accept any ridiculous?" His phone buzzed on the coffee table. They both looked at it. Text preview visible on the screen. "Lisa, baby, did you send her the—" Anna lunged for it. John grabbed her wrist. "Don't." The word came out like a command, not a request. His grip tightened. And for the first time in 8 years, Anna saw something in his eyes she'd never seen before. Contempt. She yanked free, stumbling backward. "You're actually doing this. You're actually stealing millions and framing me for it. You're being hysterical. For $0.2 million, John. Luxembourg accounts. My signatures on transfer authorizations I didn't understand because I trusted you." He sighed, pinching the bridge of his nose like she was a difficult client. "Okay, you want the truth? Fine. Yes, I moved some funds. It's a complicated tax strategy that my attorneys approved. It's completely legal. And yes, Lisa helped me coordinate the paperwork because you were too busy with your cases to focus on my business needs. You called me a trusting little puppy. I was venting. You know how stressful the business has been. You said you'd be in Zurich by Thursday while I'm arrested." John's face hardened completely. "You know what your problem is, Anna? You're so desperate to be the victim. Always have been. Your career didn't work out, so you blame me. Your parents don't respect your choices, so you blame me. Now you hear one out of context recording, and suddenly I'm a criminal mastermind. It wasn't out of context. I've already spoken to my attorney." He pulled out his phone, a different one she noticed now, and opened an email. "Divorce papers are drafted. I was going to wait until after your promotion to file, but since you want to make this ugly, we can make it ugly. I've also documented every instance of your erratic behavior over the last 6 months." "My what?" "The drinking, the mood swings, the paranoia." He started recording her on his phone. "Like right now, screaming accusations, physically attacking me." "I didn't attack you." "Say that again. Louder. This video is going to look great in court when I file for a restraining order." Anna's hands clenched. Every muscle in her body screamed to slap him, to throw his laptop through the window, to make him feel something. He smiled, phone still recording. "Go ahead. Give me evidence of how unstable you are." She slapped him. The crack echoed through the room. John's smile widened. He touched his reddening cheek, making sure it was visible on camera. Thank you. The front door opened. Anna's sister Emily rushed in, petite blonde, eyes wide. Anna, I heard yelling from outside. What's... She stopped, seeing John's face, seeing the phone recording. Your sister just assaulted me, John said calmly. He's stealing millions. Anna's voice cracked. He's framing me, Anna. Emily's voice was quiet. Careful. The tone you'd use with someone dangerous. That's when Anna knew. You knew, she whispered. You knew about Lisa. About the money. Emily's face crumpled. I didn't know about the money. But yes, about Lisa. For 3 months. I wanted to tell you, but what? You just lost a Morrison case. You were already so stressed. And John said it was just a phase, that he still loved you, that if I told you it would destroy you for no reason. So you chose him over me. I chose not to break your heart. Emily's eyes filled with tears. I thought I was protecting you. Anna looked between them. Her husband smirking. Her sister crying, both of them having decided together that she was too weak, too fragile, too stupid to handle the truth. Get out, Anna said quietly. This is my house. John replied. I said get out. Actually, John tapped his phone. I just remotely changed all the smart locks. Your code no longer works. I'd suggest you leave before I call the police and show them this video of you committing assault. Anna stared at him. This man, this stranger wearing her husband's face. You won't get away with this, she said. I already have. He showed her his phone screen, a legal document. See this? Filed 20 minutes ago. Temporary restraining order based on your threatening behavior and substance abuse issues. You come within 500 feet of me or this property, you go to jail. I don't have substance abuse issues. 3 witnesses say otherwise. Mark, Lisa, and Emily all signed affidavits about your drinking and erratic behavior. He glanced at Emily. You did sign it, right? Like we discussed. Emily's face went white. You said it was insurance in case she got violent. Answer the question. Yes. Yesterday. But I didn't know. You signed a legal document swearing your sister is a violent alcoholic. Anna said flatly. Emily reached for her. Anna, please. Anna stepped back. Don't. She walked out her own home, past her sister's sobbing apologies, past her husband's satisfied smile, past every memory embedded in those walls. Her phone buzzed in the driveway. Text from Mark Castellano. Hey, Anna. Quick question about those expense reports you signed last week. Can you swing by the office tomorrow? Just want to clarify a few line items. Nothing urgent. 3 smiling emojis. Her husband's best friend. Her sister. The woman next door. All of them. Anna sat in her car in the driveway of the home she could no longer enter, looking at the windows glowing warm against the San Francisco fog, and felt something inside her chest crack clean through. Have you ever had that moment? When everything you believed about your life turns out to be a carefully constructed lie. She started the car. She didn't know it yet, but in 72 hours, she'd be wanted by the FBI, betrayed by everyone she'd ever loved, and standing in an airport with a choice that would define the rest of her life. But right now, sitting in that driveway, all Anna Whitmore knew was that the man she'd built her entire world around had just burned it to the ground. And Thursday was only 3 days away. Anna checked into a Holiday Inn off Highway 101, paying cash for a room that smelled like industrial cleaner and defeat. She sat on the bed, laptop open, starting to go through 8 years of financial documents. 2 a.m. Her eyes burned. Coffee cups littered the nightstand. There, a transfer authorization from 6 months ago. Her signature at the bottom. The memo line read, Q3 operating expenses approved. Seemed normal, except when she cross-referenced the account number. It led to a Luxembourg shell corporation called Meridian Holdings LLC. She searched her email for any mention of Meridian. Nothing. She'd approved a $340,000 transfer to a company she'd never heard of. She found another one. And another. 12 total. Spanning 6 months. Totaling just over $4 million. Every single document bore her signature, her initials, her approval. John had been right about one thing. Legally, technically, she had authorized these transfers. She just hadn't known what she was authorizing. Her phone rang. Mark Castellano. She almost didn't answer, but she needed information. Mark. Anna. Hey, I heard about the situation with you and John. His voice was perfectly calibrated concern. I just want you to know, whatever's going on between you two, you're still family to me. Am I? Of course, which is why I'm calling. These expense reports, the ones you approved, there's some confusion at the auditor's office, and I want to make sure we're all on the same page before the FBI starts asking questions. Silence. Anna, I don't know what John told you, but he didn't tell me anything. He accidentally sent me a voice memo detailing the entire fraud scheme. Your name came up. She heard breathing. Recalculation happening in real time. I think you're confused, Mark finally said. I think you're going through a difficult divorce, and you're looking for people to blame. I'd hate to see you make accusations you can't take back. The Luxembourg accounts, Mark. Meridian Holdings. Who set those up? I have no idea what you're talking about. You're the CFO. Of John's company, yes. Not of every random LLC that does business with us. Anna, seriously, you need to take a breath. Maybe talk to someone. This paranoia. You called me about the expense reports. Because I wanted to help you. I wanted to give you a heads up that there might be questions. As a friend. But if you're going to accuse me of crimes, he sighed, disappointed. Hurt. I can't help you if you won't let me. He hung up. Anna sat there, phone in hand, understanding crystallizing like ice in her chest. They'd planned for this. Every conversation, every witness, every document. They'd built a fortress of plausible deniability, and she was standing outside it, locked out her own life. She called her parents. No answer. Called her colleague from Morrison and Graves. Straight to voicemail. Called her best friend from law school. Anna, hi. I heard about the separation. I'm so sorry, but I really can't get involved in whatever's happening between you and John. He called earlier and, look, just take care of yourself, okay? One by one, she called everyone she knew. One by one, they'd already heard John's version. Troubled marriage, substance abuse, erratic behavior. Some believed it. Others just didn't want the mess. By 4 a.m., Anna had no one. She opened John's email. She'd guessed his password months ago when he'd asked her to send something from his account. Back when she was a trusting little puppy who didn't question anything. She scrolled through months of messages. There, an email chain between John and Lisa, going back 18 months. Lisa, the wife really doesn't suspect anything. John, Anna, please. She thinks reviewing my expense reports means she's involved in the business. She has no idea what she's signing. By the time anyone notices, we'll have enough to disappear, and her name will be on every document that matters. Lisa, you're sure she won't figure it out? She's supposed to be smart. John, she's book smart, not people smart. Big difference. She's so desperate to be the supportive wife that she'll approve anything I put in front of her. It's actually kind of sad. Lisa, what if she finds out before Thursday? John, she won't. And if she does, we're already protected. I've documented months of her concerning behavior. Emily's on board. Mark's on board. Even if Anna goes to police, who are they going to believe? The successful tech CEO with multiple witnesses and ironclad documentation, or his unstable wife who signed her own confession? Anna's vision blurred. 18 months. Not an affair that got out of hand. Not a mistake. A deliberate, methodical plan to destroy her while profiting from her destruction. She kept reading. Found emails from Lisa to someone named Cameron, apparently Lisa's ex, who she blackmailed into silence after a previous scheme. Found emails from Mark discussing his 20% cut. Found building evidence that this wasn't John's first time. There had been another company 5 years ago, before he'd met Anna. Similar pattern. Different victim. She was downloading everything to a flash drive when her laptop screen flashed. Alert. Unusual login detected. John's email account kicked her out. 30 seconds later, her phone exploded with notifications. Smart home alerts. Lock code changed. Security system activated. Motion sensors enabled. Text from John. Breaking into my email, Anna? That's illegal. I've notified my attorney. This isn't helping your case. Another text. Also, I canceled your credit cards. They're in my name. Should have thought of that before you assaulted me and fled the scene. Her hands shook. She'd just made everything worse. She'd hacked his email, actual criminal behavior, and now he had proof. Legal proof. Proof that would make everything else he'd said about her look true. She'd walked right into it. Because even now, even knowing everything, part of her still thought like the old Anna, the lawyer who followed rules, the wife who played fair. But John didn't play fair. John played to win. Her hotel room door rattled. Anna froze. Knock, knock, knock. San Francisco police. We have a report of a wanted individual at this location. Anna's heart stopped. She looked at her laptop, still logged into John's email until she'd been kicked out. Downloadable evidence of the hack. Right there on the screen. The door rattled again. Harder. Ma'am, we know you're in there. We have a warrant for your detention based on protective order violation and suspected cybercrime. Please open the door. Anna grabbed her laptop, her flash drive, her phone, the bathroom window. Too small. Second floor. No fire escape. The door burst open. Two officers, hands on their weapons, staring at her like she was dangerous. Anna Whitmore, we need you to come with us. They released Anna 6 hours later with a warning, a citation for unauthorized computer access, and the knowledge that every move she made was now documented, tracked, and being used against her. John had filed an emergency protective order. She couldn't go within 500 feet of him, the house, or his office. She sat in a Denny's at 7 a.m., drinking burnt coffee, watching the sunrise through grease-stained windows. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Ms. Whitmore? This is Detective Raymond Shaw with the FBI's Financial Crimes Unit. We'd like to speak with you regarding some irregularities in corporate fund transfers linked to your signature. Would you be available to come in for questioning? Her coffee cup trembled in her hand. When? Today would be preferable. We're trying to get ahead of a situation before it becomes complicated. I didn't do anything wrong. Then you have nothing to worry about. His voice was kind, patient. The tone you'd use with someone who was definitely guilty. We just need to clarify some documentation. Routine stuff. She hung up. Thursday. Today was Tuesday. They were closing the net. In less than 48 hours, John and Lisa would be gone, and Anna would be sitting in an interrogation room. Her signatures on every document that mattered, her hacked email logs proving she was unstable and desperate. Every legal move she could make would take time she didn't have. But illegal moves? Those were fast. Anna pulled out her laptop in the Denny's booth and hired a private investigator through an anonymous email account. Cash payment. No names. Just a photo of Lisa Martinez and a request. I need everything, especially anything that shows a pattern of fraud or blackmail. 3 hours later, she met the PI, a woman named Colette Rains, in a parking garage in Oakland. Colette was 60, gray-haired, sharp-eyed. You want the truth or the pretty version? Truth. Colette handed her a folder. Lisa Martinez, real name Lisa Chun, has been running relationship scams for 8 years. She targets wealthy men, usually married, becomes a mistress, manipulates them into embezzlement schemes, then disappears before anyone can connect her to crimes. The men go to jail. She moves to a new city with a new name. Anna stared at photos of Lisa with 5 different men, different hair colors, different backgrounds. Same pattern. She's done this 5 times? That we can prove. Your husband is victim number 6. Except, Colette pulled out another document. This time she brought in a partner, Mark Castellano. They've worked together before. Phoenix, for years ago. Different company, same scheme. John doesn't know. Oh, honey. Colette lit a cigarette, blowing smoke into the cold garage air. John knows exactly what he's doing. We pulled his financials. He's done this twice before, smaller scale. He's not Lisa's victim. He's her accomplice. They probably met specifically to run this con. The garage spun. Every moment, every smile, Every I love you. None of it had been real, not even at the beginning. How much do you know about your marriage? Colette asked. What do you mean? John started dating you 3 months after his previous star collapsed under suspicious circumstances. You were a corporate lawyer with access to major firms, family money, and a reputation for being, forgive me, trusting. He didn't fall in love with you. He selected you. Anna sat down on the concrete. Her legs wouldn't hold her. The whole thing, she whispered. 8 years. I'm sorry. Do you have proof? Documents I can take to the FBI? Some. But here's the problem. You've already been flagged as unstable and potentially criminal. Anything you bring to the authorities now looks like a desperate attempt to shift blame. You need more than documents. You need to turn John and Lisa against each other. How? Colette smiled. It wasn't a nice smile. Simple. Make each of them think the other is planning to cut them out. Greed destroys partnerships faster than anything. She handed Anna a burner phone. Start texting Lisa from an anonymous number. Plant seeds. Make her paranoid. When she confronts John, he'll get paranoid. Paranoid people make mistakes. I can't. You can't. Colette crushed her cigarette under her boot. Honey, you've got maybe 40 hours before you're arrested for embezzlement you didn't commit while your husband drinks champagne in Switzerland. You want to play by the rules that have already failed you, or you want to survive? Anna took the burner phone. That afternoon, she sent the first text to Lisa's number. Unknown. He's planning to cut you out. Thursday flight is booked for 1. Check his email. She waited. 30 minutes later, her personal phone rang. John. She didn't answer. Voicemail. Anna, what the hell did you just send to Lisa? Some cryptic bullshit about flights? You need to stop this. You're making things worse for yourself. My attorney is documenting everything. Everything. You're going to prison, and these pathetic attempts at manipulation are just giving us more ammunition. Anna smiled for the first time in 3 days. She'd drawn blood. Wednesday morning, Anna got a call from Victoria Sterling, her former mentor from Morrison and Graves, the woman who taught her everything about corporate law before Anna left to support John's career. I heard what's happening, Victoria said, her voice warm, concerned. Anna, why didn't you call me? I didn't think anyone would believe me. I've known you for 12 years. I know exactly who you are. Can we meet? They met at Victoria's Sausalito home, a sprawling glass structure overlooking the bay. Victoria poured wine, listened to everything, and when Anna finished, she pulled out a file. I did some digging after you called. John Hartford. He was involved in a similar situation in Seattle before you met him. Company called Next Point Solutions. Collapsed overnight. 2 executives went to prison for embezzlement. John walked away clean. Anna stared at the documents. How did you get these? I still have connections. And I have something else. Victoria opened her laptop. Emails between John and a woman named Rebecca Chun. That's Lisa's real name. By the way, going back 4 years. Before your wedding. Anna's stomach dropped. Before we were married? They've been planning this for years. You were the long con. Victoria refilled Anna's wine glass. But here's what they don't know. I've been tracking John since I heard about your separation. I have evidence of previous frauds, shell corporations, falsified documents. Everything you need to prove this was premeditated. For the first time in days, Anna felt something like hope. Why are you helping me? Victoria's expression hardened. Because I told you not to marry him. I told you he was using you. You didn't listen. I watched you throw away your career for a man who was never worth it. And now, she stood, looking out at the bay. Now I'm going to help you burn his entire world down. They spent hours building a case. Victoria had connections at the FBI. She could get the evidence directly to the right people, bypassing the local investigation that John had already poisoned. But we need to move fast, Victoria said. Thursday's tomorrow. Once they're out of the country, extradition becomes a nightmare. Anna nodded, drinking more wine, feeling the first real warmth she felt since the voice memo. Thank you, she whispered. I don't know what I would have done without. Don't thank me yet. Victoria smiled. Thank me when John's in handcuffs. Anna left that night, feeling something she hadn't felt in days. Not alone. She didn't see Victoria immediately forward their entire conversation to John. Didn't see the payment confirmation. $50,000 transferred to Victoria's account from Meridian Holdings, LLC. Didn't see the text Victoria sent after Anna left. She told me everything. The PI, the burner phone texts, the downloaded emails. She's planning to go to your FBI contact tomorrow morning. You need to move up the timeline. Anna drove back to her hotel, actual hope blooming in her chest. Her phone buzzed. Text from John. You have 48 hours to sign over your portion of our assets, or I'm filing criminal charges for hacking, harassment, and stalking. Your choice. Cooperate and walk away clean, or fight and go to prison. The evidence is overwhelming. Your mentor told me everything. Anna's world tilted. Your mentor, Victoria. She pulled over, hands shaking so hard she could barely hold the phone. Another text. Yes, Victoria's been working with me. You really thought someone would help you out of the kindness of their heart? Everyone has a price, Anna. You just never bothered to learn that. Anna screamed in the car. Screamed until her throat was raw. She'd told Victoria everything. Her entire strategy. The PI. The burner phone. Everything. And Victoria had sold her out for $50,000. Her phone buzzed again. Different number. Unknown. You wanted evidence of plan? Check your email. But don't say I didn't warn you. Some truths are worse than not knowing. Anna opened her email. A video file. She pressed play. It was security footage from Victoria's house from tonight. But not the conversation in the living room. The hallway. Victoria on her phone, laughing. She bought every word. God, John was right. She's so desperate for an ally she'd believe anyone. Yes, I recorded everything. You'll have it in an hour. The video cut to another angle. Victoria toasting with John on a video call. To the trusting little puppy. Anna watched the whole thing. Then she threw her phone against the dashboard, shattering the screen. Wednesday night. Less than 24 hours until John and Lisa disappeared. And Anna had no evidence, no allies, no plan, and a shattered phone. She sat in that car on the side of Highway 101, watching headlights blur past, and felt something inside her crack completely. Not her heart. That had already broken. This was something deeper, something foundational. Her belief in people, in fairness, in the idea that truth mattered. It all shattered in that moment. Because the truth was simple. She'd spent 8 years being the person everyone could rely on, and the instant she needed help, the entire world had chosen John's money over her truth. Thursday morning, 3 a.m., Anna sat in a different hotel, paying cash from the emergency stash she'd hidden years ago, when her door exploded inward. FBI agents. 6 of them. Anna Whitmore, you're under arrest for wire fraud, embezzlement, and conspiracy to commit financial crimes. They found planted evidence in her room. Documents she'd never seen. A laptop that wasn't hers containing transaction records. A burner phone. Not the one Colette had given her. A different one, with text to offshore accounts. This isn't mine, Anna said as they cuffed her. Someone planted. Ma'am, these items were found in your room. In your possession. John set me up. He and Lisa. We've spoken to Mr. Hartford. He's been very cooperative. Provided extensive documentation of your erratic behavior and substance abuse. We have affidavits from multiple witnesses, including your sister and your former mentor, Emily, Victoria. Everyone. They process her at the federal building. Mugshot, fingerprints, strip search. In the holding cell, she replayed everything. The voice memo hadn't been an accident. John had sent it deliberately, to provoke her, to make her react exactly as she had, desperately, emotionally, illegally. Every action she'd taken in the last 72 hours had been predicted, guided, used against her. She'd hacked his email. Criminal. She'd violated a protective order. Criminal. She'd hired a PI to dig into Lisa's past. Civil liability. She'd sent anonymous texts, harassment. Every move she'd made to save herself had tightened the noose. At 8 a.m., they released her on bail, arranged by her parents, who looked at her like they weren't sure who she was anymore. Did you do it? Her father asked in the parking lot. Dad, just answer the question. Did you steal that money? No, John framed. Because the FBI seems pretty damn sure. And your sister says you've been unstable. And John's lawyer sent us documentation of your behavior that's... He stopped, running his hand through his gray hair. Anna, if you're in trouble, real trouble, you need to tell us now. I am telling you, John planned this for years. He married me specifically to set me up as the fall guy for her. Her mother touched her father's arm. Honey, maybe we should get her to a doctor. She's clearly not in a good place mentally. Anna stared at them. Her own parents. You believe him, she whispered. We believe the evidence, her father said quietly, which right now says you authorized millions in fraudulent transfers. Your signature is on everything, Anna. Everything. She walked away from them in that parking lot. Her phone, a new one, since she destroyed the last, buzzed. Social media notification. Someone had posted a video from Victoria's security camera, but edited. Cut to make it look like Anna was discussing the fraud scheme with Victoria, planning how to shift blame to John. The post was viral. Thousands of shares. Corporate lawyer caught planning to frame husband for her own crimes. Comments poured in. She looks exactly like the kind of entitled woman who'd steal millions and play victim. Her husband dodged a bullet. Hope she rots in prison. Anna stood there, watching her life be destroyed in real time by people who didn't know her, who'd never know the truth. Her phone rang. Lisa. Anna answered. Hi, Anna. Lisa's voice was cheerful, bright. Just wanted to thank you for making this so easy. John was worried you'd actually put up a fight, but you're exactly as pathetic as he said you'd be. Signing documents you didn't read. Trusting people who didn't deserve it. Building your whole identity around being the good girl who follows the rules. You won't get away with this. Lisa laughed. We already have. John's boarding his flight in 2 hours. I'll join him in Zurich tomorrow. Separate flights, better optics. By the time anyone puts the pieces together, we'll have vanished. And you, her voice dropped, intimate, cruel. You'll be in prison, wondering how you were stupid enough to give 8 years to a man who was using you from day one. The FBI will figure out. Will they? Or will they see exactly what we've shown them? A desperate woman who embezzled millions, got caught, and tried to blame everyone around her? You hacked John's email, Anna. You sent harassing texts. You violated a protective order. You look guilty because you are guilty, not of the embezzlement, but of being the perfect victim. The call ended. Anna stood there in the parking lot of Federal Building, watching the world move around her. Cars, people, normal lives continuing while hers disintegrated. Her phone buzzed. Text from John, Thursday, 11 a.m. I kept my word. Hope the lesson was worth it. Anna sat in a motel room that smelled like mold and cigarettes. The kind of place that rented by the hour and didn't ask questions. She'd lost everything in 5 days. Her marriage a lie. Her family turned against her. Her mentor bought. Her reputation destroyed. Her freedom on borrowed time. On the nightstand, an empty bottle of wine, her laptop, and photos from her wedding. She picked one up. She looked so happy. So stupidly, blindly happy. I built you, she whispered to John's photo. To that smile she believed was real. I gave up everything to build you. My career. My dreams. My whole life. I became smaller so you could be bigger. The photo crumpled in her fist. And you buried me with it. She looked in the mirror across from the bed. A stranger looked back. Eyes hollow. Face gaunt. Hair unwashed. This wasn't her. The old Anna was gone. The woman who believed in fairness, in justice, in the power of truth. That woman was dead. What stood in her place was something new. Something cold. Something that understood the fundamental truth that had taken 8 years and complete destruction to learn. The world doesn't reward goodness. It rewards power. And power doesn't follow rules. She opened her laptop and looked at the one piece of evidence she'd kept. The offshore account password she'd found in John's deleted emails. The one thing he didn't know she had. She could drain those accounts. Move the money somewhere he'd never find it. Leave him as broke as he'd planned to leave her. But that wasn't enough. Because money wasn't what he'd really stolen from her. He'd stolen her. Her belief in herself. Her ability to trust. Her entire identity as someone who could build a life with another person. He needed to lose what she'd lost. Everything. Anna's hand stopped shaking. Her breathing steadied. She made a decision in that motel room that would change everything, not just for John and Lisa, but for herself. She would stop being the victim. She would stop playing fair. She would become exactly what they'd taught her to be. Someone who understood that in a world without rules, the only morality that mattered was winning. She could never go back to who she was before. That innocence was gone forever. But what she would do, was make sure they understood what they'd created. Anna opened a new browser window and started typing. Not a confession. Not a plea. A plan. 11:47 p.m. Thursday night. Anna used John's offshore account password to transfer $50,000 into a Swiss account she created under Lisa's name. Her real name, Rebecca Chen. Then she emailed John from an anonymous account. Check your Meridian account. Your partner's getting greedy. At 11:52 p.m., she transferred another $100,000 from Mark's cut into the same account. Sent another anonymous email to John. Mark and Lisa are working together. Check the timestamps. At 12:03 a.m. Friday, John's private phone, the one Anna had cloned before he'd changed all his security, rang with Mark's number. Anna listened to her laptop speakers as John screamed at Mark about loyalty, about betrayal, about how that bitch Lisa was stealing from both of them. Mark, panicked and confused, swore he hadn't touched the money. John didn't believe him. At 12:47 a.m., Lisa showed up at John's hotel. Anna knew because she'd paid a contact of Colette's to plant a camera in his room. She watched them fight. Watched Lisa discover that John had already moved his share of the money into a separate account. Watched John accuse Lisa planning to cut him out. You sent that voice memo on purpose. Lisa screamed. You wanted Anna to react. You wanted her to look crazy, so we look innocent. Of course I did. That was the plan. No, the plan was we'd both walk away clean. Not that you'd set me up too. Their partnership fractured in real time. But Anna wasn't done. At 3 a.m. Friday, she sent a package to the FBI's Financial Crimes Unit. Contents: evidence of Lisa's previous scams, evidence of John's prior frauds, evidence of Mark's involvement, and, most importantly, evidence that all three had been planning to frame Anna from the beginning, including the security footage from Victoria's house. The full footage, not the edited version. She also sent documentation showing that the evidence planted in her hotel room had been purchased by Mark Castellano 3 days before her arrest. She sent everything anonymously from an untraceable account through multiple proxy servers. And then she waited. At 9 a.m. Friday morning, her phone rang. Anna Whitmore, this is FBI Agent Chun. We need you to come in immediately. We have some new information that significantly changes our understanding of this case. Am I under arrest? No, but we strongly recommend you bring an attorney. She sat in an interrogation room for 6 hours while they verified everything in the package. At 4 p.m., Agent Chin came back in. Mr. Hartford was arrested at JFK attempting to board a flight to Zurich. Ms. Chun, Lisa Martinez, was arrested at her apartment. Mark Castellano is currently cooperating in exchange for a reduced sentence. Anna felt nothing. No relief. No triumph. Just cold, empty vindication. Am I free to go? We'll be dropping all charges against you by end of business today. We're also investigating the planted evidence. You may have grounds for a civil suit against. Anna stood. I don't want to sue anyone. I just want this over. She walked out of the federal building into the gray San Francisco afternoon. Her phone buzzed. Text from John's number, probably sent before his arrest. You think you won? You destroyed yourself trying to destroy me. Look at you. Alone. Broken. Even if I go to prison, you'll never get your life back. You'll never trust anyone again. I took that from you. Forever. Anna read it twice. Then she blocked the number. Because he was right about one thing. She would never trust anyone again. And maybe that was the real tragedy. 3 weeks later, John's defense attorney called. My client would like to speak with you, privately, about a settlement. Anna should have said no, but Colette, her PI, who become her only real ally, advised her to hear him out. Sometimes the best revenge is watching them beg. They met at a neutral location, a conference room in a downtown law office. John sat across from her in an orange jumpsuit, wrists cuffed. He looked smaller, diminished. Anna, his voice was quiet, lacking its usual confidence. "Thank you for coming." She said nothing. "I know you have no reason to listen to me. I know what I did was..." He stopped, seemingly overcome. "I destroyed you. I know that, and I'm going to prison for it. 20 years, probably, but before I do, I need you to know it wasn't all fake." Anna laughed, actually laughed. "The beginning," John continued. "The first year, that was real. I did love you, and somewhere along the way, I became someone I don't recognize. Someone who could hurt the one person who ever really believed in me. Stop. I'm sorry. I know it doesn't mean anything now, but you're not sorry you did it. You're sorry you got caught. There's a difference." John's expression shifted. Just for a second, that familiar coldness flickered behind his eyes. Then it was gone, replaced by remorse again. "My attorney drew up a settlement," he said, pushing papers across the table. "Everything I have left goes to you. The house, my assets, my share of the company. I'm signing it all over. It's the least I can do." Anna read the documents. They looked legitimate. Complete transfer of assets. No catches she could see. "Why?" "Because you're right. I am sorry I got caught. But I'm also sorry for what I did to you. And maybe this can give you back some of what I took." Anna studied him. This man, this stranger, this actor who played her husband for 8 years. She noticed something. A tiny tell from their early dating days. When John lied, his left eye twitched. Just barely. Just once. It twitched now. The settlement was a trap. Somehow. She didn't know how yet, but every instinct screamed it. Still, she signed, because whatever trap it was, she'd see it coming now. She wasn't a trusting little puppy anymore. She was something else. They had dinner after, per his request, one last meal as the people we used to be. She agreed because Colette had planted listening devices on her. Every word was being recorded. John ordered wine, made small talk, asked about her plans. And underneath it all, Anna watched him, really watched him. The tells, the calculations, the performance. She saw through all of it now. And in that seeing, in that clarity of understanding exactly what he was and always had been, she felt something shift inside her. Not forgiveness, not closure, just clarity. Cold, perfect clarity about human nature, about trust, about the fundamental truth that people will always choose themselves. It was the smallest of victories, a micro win in an ocean of loss. But it was hers. After dinner, John walked at her car, guards flanking him. "Thank you," he said, "for giving me a chance to..." "I didn't do this for you," Anna interrupted. "I did it because I needed to see you one more time and feel nothing." His expression cracked. "Do you feel nothing?" She looked at him, really looked at him, and realized she didn't hate him anymore, didn't love him, didn't feel anything at all except a distant, academic curiosity about how she'd ever believed his performance. "Yeah," she said, "I do." She got in her car. Her phone buzzed before she'd even left the parking lot. Text from Colette. "The settlement's rigged. All the assets are mortgaged beyond value. You signed that. You inherit his debts. He's transferring the liability." Anna read it, looked in her rearview mirror at John, watching her drive away, still playing games, still manipulating, even from prison. Her phone buzzed again. Text from an unknown number. "Meeting's over. Lisa's waiting outside your hotel. She wants to talk. Thought you should know. M. Mark." Still playing both sides. Anna drove to her hotel. Lisa was there, in the parking lot, looking furious. "You think you won?" Lisa said as Anna got out of the car. "You think sending us to prison means anything? The settlement John offered? That's bankrupting you. You'll spend the next decade paying off his debts while we do our time and walk out clean." Anna stared at her. "Is that why you're here? To gloat?" "I'm here because you need to understand something. Lisa stepped closer. John and I? We're not sorry. We're not ashamed. We're just sorry we got caught. And when we get out, and we will get out, we're going to do this again. To someone else. Because people like you make it so easy. Anna's hands clenched. But here's the thing, Lisa continued. You're not going to report this conversation. You're not going to fight the settlement. You're going to take your losses and disappear. Because if you don't... She pulled out her phone, showing a video. I have footage of you hacking John's email. Real footage. From your hotel the night you were arrested. We planted a camera. You destroy us, we destroy you. Mutually assured destruction. So we all walk away and pretend this never happened. Anna looked at the footage. Real. Damning. Proof of the one crime she actually had committed. 1 week, Lisa said. Decide whether you want to keep fighting or survive. She walked away. Anna stood there, understanding the truth. She'd won the battle but lost the war. Anna didn't sleep that night. She hacked into the offshore accounts again, deeper this time, using tools Colette had provided. And she found it. The real prize. The accounts John hadn't mentioned. The ones with the actual money. $14 million, hidden across multiple banks, multiple countries. She could take it, move it into accounts he'd never trace, leave him with nothing. Her finger hovered over the transfer button. Then she saw something else. A timer, embedded in John's company server, set to trigger in 18 hours. She traced it, a script that would 1. Wipe all evidence of the fraud from the company servers. 2. Upload falsified documents to a public server implicating Anna in international money laundering. 3. Send anonymous tips to Interpol. John's final revenge. Even if he went to prison, he'd ensure she did too. His obsessive need for control. His need to punish. All automated. All timed to activate right before his sentencing hearing. Anna stared at the code. She could stop it. She had the access. But that would leave the money untouched. And if she took the money, she'd have no time to stop the timer. Choose one. Her freedom or his money. Her phone rang. Colette, I found something. Lisa didn't work alone on those previous scams. She had a partner in every single one. Guess who? Mark. Wrong. Try your sister. The room spun. Emily's been working with Lisa for 6 years. Different cities, different names, same con. They target married couples where one spouse is vulnerable and trusting. They orchestrate affairs, embezzlement, divorces. Split the money. Move on. Emily. Anna's voice came out hollow. My sister Emily. She brought Lisa to your barbecue on purpose. Introduced her to John. Set the whole thing in motion. Why? You want the truth? She was jealous. Jealous of your career, your marriage, your life. So she decided to destroy it. Anna hung up, called Emily. Hey, her sister answered, cheerful. I was just thinking about... I know. Silence. Know what? Everything. You and Lisa. The other cons. How you set me up. More silence. Then Emily laughed. Took you long enough. God, Anna, you really are as stupid as John said. You know what the best part is? I was there for every anniversary, every birthday, every I love you he ever fake told you. I watched you build this perfect little fantasy life. And the whole time I knew it was a lie. Do you have any idea how satisfying that was? Why? Because you got everything without deserving it. Mom and Dad's approval. The perfect marriage. The amazing career. And I got to be Emily, Anna's little sister. So I took it. All of it. And you helped me do it by being exactly what we needed. Too trusting to question. Too desperate to be loved to see what was right in front of you. The call ended. Anna sat there, staring at the timer. 17 hours. She opened her laptop and started typing. Not to stop the timer. Not to move the money. She had a different plan. At 6 a.m., Anna drove to the county jail where John was being held before his transfer to federal prison. She requested an emergency meeting with his attorney present. I'll sign the settlement, she told him. All of it. No fight. John looked surprised, then suspicious. Why? Because I'm done. You win. I just want this over. His attorney pushed the papers across. Sign here. And here. Initial here. Anna signed, effectively taking on $14 million in debt disguised as assets. John smiled. I really am sorry, Anna. For what it's worth. I know you are, she said. Sorry you got caught. She left, drove to the airport, boarded a flight to New York using a fake ID Colette had arranged. At 2 p.m., from a hotel in Manhattan, she remotely accessed John's timer. But instead of stopping it, she modified it, changed the target of the document dumped from Anna to Lisa, Mark, Emily, and John's attorney, who she discovered was also in on the scheme. Changed the falsified documents to real documents, showing all four of them coordinating the frame-up. Changed the Interpol tip to include offshore accounts in all their names. At 3 p.m., she transferred the $14 million out of John's hidden accounts, but not into her own accounts, into a charitable fund for victims of financial fraud. Every penny. At 5 p.m., the timer triggered. FBI servers flooded with evidence, real evidence, showing a conspiracy that went far deeper than anyone had suspected. Anna watched the news from her Manhattan hotel. Arrests, raids, charges. Her phone rang. Emily. Anna answered. You destroyed me, Emily screamed. You destroyed all of us. We had a deal. You signed the settlement. I did, Anna said calmly. I signed documents taking on $14 million in debt. Debt that no longer exists because I gave away all the money. But you're going to prison for 20 years. Mark, 20 years. Lisa, 20 years. John's attorney, 10 years. And John, with these new charges, life. You had nothing. We left you with nothing. You left me with something you'll never understand, Anna said. Clarity. You taught me that trust is weakness. That love is vulnerability. That playing fair is playing to lose. So I stopped playing fair. You'll still go to prison. That hacking evidence. About that. Anna pulled up her laptop. Funny thing, that footage Lisa showed me, I had it analyzed. It's fake. Deep fake technology is amazing these days, but forensic analysis proves it's fabricated. I sent the analysis to the FBI this morning, along with evidence that Lisa commissioned it. You're bluffing. Am I? Want to risk it? Emily hung up. Anna's phone rang again immediately. Unknown number. She answered. Ms. Whitmore, this is Agent Chun. I want to personally inform you that we've dropped all remaining investigations. You're completely clear. And he paused. I wanted to apologize. We should have looked deeper from the beginning. It's fine. It's not fine, but we're making it right. The evidence you provided, all of it, it's airtight. Everyone involved is going away for a very long time. Good. After she hung up, Anna sat in that hotel room, watching the sunset over Manhattan. She'd won. They were all going to prison. She was free. Justice was served. So why did she feel empty? Her phone buzzed. Email from Colette. Congratulations. You did it. But I gotta ask, was it worth it? Anna stared at the question. Was it worth it? She'd lost 8 years of her life to a lie. Lost her sister. Lost her ability to trust anyone. Lost the person she used to be. The woman who believed in happy endings. But she'd gained something too. The knowledge that she was capable of surviving anything. That she didn't need anyone's approval or protection. That she could be alone and be okay. Maybe that wasn't worth it. Maybe it was. She typed back, asked me in 10 years. 6 months later. Anna stood in San Francisco International Airport, Terminal C, the same terminal where she'd first heard the voice memo. She was flying to London. New job, new life, new identity legally changed. As she waited to board, she saw a familiar face across the terminal. Victoria Sterling, her former mentor, out on bail, awaiting trial. Their eyes met. Victoria walked over. Anna, Victoria, I just wanted to say, don't. Anna's voice was quiet, flat. There's nothing you can say that will change anything. I know, but I need you to understand. I didn't do it to hurt you. I did it for the money. Nothing personal. That's worse, Anna said. If you'd done it because you hated me, that would be human. You did it because I meant so little to you that $50,000 was enough to destroy me. That's what I can't forgive." Victoria looked away. "For what it's worth, I am sorry. You're sorry you got caught. Maybe, but also sorry for what we took from you. You used to believe in people. Now," she gestured at Anna's expression, cold, guarded, empty. "Now you look like us. Maybe that's what I needed to become to survive. Is it worth it? Surviving if you're not really living?" Anna didn't answer. Her flight was called. She turned to leave. "Anna," Victoria said. She stopped. "I hope you find it again. Whatever we took, I hope you find a way to trust someone. Someday. Because this..." Victoria gestured at both of them. "This isn't winning. It's just not losing." Anna boarded her flight, found her seat. As the plane took off, she looked out the window at San Francisco, disappearing below. The city where she'd built a life, lost a life, and learned exactly how little safety there was in this world. Her phone buzzed. Text from unknown number. "I'm out. Lawyer found a technicality. See you soon. G." Her blood froze. She tracked the number. Payphone. Untraceable. John was lying. Had to be. He'd been sentenced to life. But what if he wasn't? She landed in London 8 hours later. Checked into a hotel under her new name. Checked the news. And there it was. Tech CEO release on procedural error. Judge declares mistrial. John was out. Not free. He'd face retrial. But out. Anna stared at her laptop screen, feeling everything she'd buried come rushing back. The fear, the rage, the absolute certainty that this would never end. Because people like John didn't stop. They regrouped. They adapted. They came back. Her phone rang. Unknown number. She answered. "Hello, Anna." John's voice. Calm. Measured. "I told you, even if I lost, you'd never get your life back. And I meant it. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, wondering when I'll show up, what I'll take next. You're going back to prison. Maybe, or maybe my very expensive attorneys find another technicality, another delay, another chance. But you," he laughed softly, "you'll never be free, because I'm in your head now, forever. That's my real revenge. I destroyed you. Did you? I'm out. You're in another country, using a fake name, terrified. Who really won?" The line went dead. Anna sat there, handshaking. He was right. She'd gotten justice. She'd sent them all to prison. She'd done everything right. But she was still running, still scared, still broken. Justice hadn't fixed her. It had just given her a different kind of cage. She looked out the hotel window at London's lights, thinking about what Victoria had said. This isn't winning. It's just not losing. And for the first time since the voice Memo, Anna cried. Not because she'd lost, but because she'd won, and winning had changed her into someone she didn't recognize. Someone cold, closed, incapable of trust. Someone alone. She'd survived. She'd gotten her revenge. But John had been right about one thing. He had taken something from her that she could never get back. The ability to believe in happy endings. And maybe that was the cruelest theft of all. Anna Whitmore disappeared into her new life in London. John Hartford went back to trial and was sentenced to life without parole on the retrial. Lisa Chen got 25 years. Mark Castellano got 20 years. Emily Whitmore got 15 years. Victoria Sterling got 10 years. Justice was served. But Anna never dated again. Never married. Never let anyone close enough to hurt her. She became wildly successful, brilliant attorney, respected, feared. But alone. Always alone. Because she learned the hardest lesson anyone can learn. That trust is a currency you can lose completely, and once it's gone, no amount of justice can buy it back. Years later, a journalist asked her if she regretted how things turned out. Anna thought about it. About the woman she used to be. Trusting, loving, naive. About the woman she'd become. Powerful, protected, empty. No, she said finally. I don't regret it. I survived. That's enough. But late at night, in her expensive London apartment, she sometimes wondered if survival, without trust was really living at all, or just a different kind of prison, one she'd built herself, one she'd never escape. The voice memo that shattered everything didn't just destroy her marriage. It destroyed her belief that love was real, that people were good, that trust was anything other than weakness. And maybe that was the real tragedy. Not that John had betrayed her, but that in defeating him, she'd lost herself. So let me ask you one last time. Have you ever won something and lost everything in the process? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this story hit different, if it made you think about trust and betrayal and what winning actually costs, share it. Because someone in your life needs to hear this. Subscribe for more stories that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about love, trust, and revenge. Thanks for watching. And remember, sometimes the people who hurt us the most are the ones we trusted completely. See you in the next one. And